everybody. Today is day 4 of our Kick Your Challenge or Kick Your Cravings 4-day challenge. We have talked about so much about how you can kick your cravings, and thank you just so much for being on the journey with me, whether you're watching it live or watching on the replay. Thank you for being here. So today we're really going to be focusing on how we can focus and why we need to focus on eating just real food, right? And how when we can eat real food, it helps us to lay off of the junk food. So just to recap, day 1, it was all about crowding out with water. Day 2, we were crowding out our cravings again, but adding vegetables. Yesterday, we all talked about combating these cravings with movement. So if you have missed any of these, no problem, you can watch the replay. So I was just looking at some of the messages from yesterday and I couldn't choose, and so I just kept copy and pasting so many. But I just loved Sharon's comment yesterday when I asked about what's your favorite movement, and she's like scuba diving. I'm like, oh yes, you live in Florida. Karen said rollerblading. I love Chelsea. She does color guard and she dances. Jennifer's like, yeah, pulling weeds, because I said that's sometimes what I do for exercise. And we really talked also about, what's going to be our action plans and different things like that. And Tracy said 5 days a week activity, 2 days either walk or, work in the garden. Yeah, Lisa Ann was talking about how, when we were talking about movement throughout the entire day, right? It doesn't cut it just to do one big workout. She just walks up and down the stairs a few times just to get away from the computer and give herself a brain break. Carol has said, since the challenge has started, she's been adding more vegetables. And I love this comment from Brandy. She said she's getting a lot of movement because she's going to the bathroom a lot because of all the water that she learned about on day 1. So I had a chuckle there. Yeah, and Mary Beth was saying too, we sit so long and then we crave food, and that is her downfall. I think that's where a lot of us are right with you, Mary Beth. Today I started work at 8, and then I went for about a 20-minute walk at 9:30, and then I worked again and took a little more break, another break. And so we need to break these up throughout the day to give our brain a break, but also to help our body move. Yeah, and Diane posted her action plan, and so she's like, okay, take a HIIT yoga class, walking with friends, and another type of seated yoga class, maybe, or stretchy yoga class. So thank you all. It's been so much fun to be on live with you all. And again, if you're watching the replay, because I know a lot of you are just not available at 3 p.m. Central Time, right? So you can access all of the recordings either on YouTube under my channel. You can also go to Facebook under our group, Mindful Health with Lori, under guides, or you can go to our replay page, mindfulhealthwithlori.com/challenge replay. So it's so exciting. We're going to have surprises here. So I put, oh no, what did I do with them? I think they're over here. I put everyone's name into a hat that's really involved. And so I just picked them. Okay. Oh, wait. Where is my stack? This isn't the right stack. Oh, that is so funny. What did I do with my little stack of papers that I set them aside? Well, I think, oh, here they are. They're right in front of my face. That's why. But you can see I had lots of different people's names. And I did this the old-fashioned way. I literally wrote everyone's names down, and I know there's a way you can do it with the computer. Okay, so the first 2 prizes are $50 off the summer Whole Foods cleanse. So that's $50 that you can put towards that. It's normally $197, so that would be such a deal. So the first winner is Jennifer Russert, and she has been so active. She gets that cheerleading award. So way to go, Jennifer. So I will be emailing you, Jennifer, with a promo code so you can use that. The second person to get $50 off on the cleanse is Sydney. So Sydney, you got it. So I am so excited for you. I think you were planning on doing the cleanse anyway. So you can put that towards it. And then I drew for a free health coaching session. So that's 15 minutes with me, and just one session is $165. So this is a really good one. So our last prize goes to Barb Hester. So Barb, congratulations. So I will email you and we can set up a time for your health coaching session. But thank you all so much for all your activity. It's a win-win either way. When you are encouraging other people, you are helping yourself, and it's just so much more fun. So thank you all so much. So people are like, yes, hello, Chelsea, hello, Carol. Hello, Brandy. Oh, hello, everybody. So if you haven't downloaded the workbook yet, go ahead and do it. You don't have to do it now. You can do it later. But today we are going to be on pages 15, 16, and 17. So we're going to be talking about eating real food and laying off the junk food. There's action plan space. Also, this is one of my recipes from the 10-day Whole Foods cleanse. And this is actually a fun one to make when you have people over as well. It can be a weeknight meal, but it seems a little fancy because you have sun-dried tomatoes in it. So I like to make this also when I just have some guests over for an easy meal to make. So make sure you try that. There are recipes for the water challenge. There's recipes for a green smoothie. So give those all a try. So, and again, you made this challenge, took out this time to listen to these videos, to be here live for a reason. So I really want you to make this time count, because truly the only way we make a difference is when we can pay attention and we go all in. And I know for myself, so often when I'm on my computer, I'm also doing something else. So just pay attention, like your life depends on it. And because I know for a lot of you, it is that crossroads of, if you don't make a change, that way of living may turn out to be a diagnosis, right? It's not going to be the life that you've always imagined. So today is day 4, all about eating real food. And I'd love to inspire you with knowledge of why you want to eat some real food. So first of all, just come into the chat room, and this is kind of a fun one. Like, what is your favorite, your junk food, I guess? It might be a sweet treat. It might be a salty treat. But what is that go-to that if you are going to indulge, what is that thing that you like to have? For me, I would say it's chocolate ice cream, anything that is chocolate. So come on in. Oh, people are saying congrats to all the winners. Oh, I love that encouragement from everybody already. So I just want to hear, what is your favorite junk food? So when we can manage our cravings, then we're free to make our own choices about what we eat, right? We've talked about this already this week, and this is really what all this challenge is about empowering you so you can manage your cravings and that you can be in control of what you eat instead of the food controlling you. So once we can take control over our eating habits, right, a lot of things just fall into place. So like for me, when I first started eating healthy, it was to heal myself from my traumatic brain injury. So my pain was less in my body, my anxiety, my depression was great. I also, and a side effect was I lost some weight and my mood is improved. So there's a lot of things that happened. So I was able to go back to school, start this business coaching, right? So we need to take control of our eating habits so that we can truly live that life that we've always imagined and be the best version of ourselves. So when it comes to just being healthy or staying healthy, I mean, truly one of the best things that we can do is just fill ourselves up with nourishing food. And when I talk about food, I'm talking about whole, real food. Like what's the, ingredient list on green beans? It's green beans. What's the ingredient list on carrots? It's carrots, right? So all of this food is not only nutritious, it also prevents these cravings for unhealthy junk food. So what we really want to do is avoid or just limit the amount of things like sweetened coffee drinks, candies, cookies, most desserts, because so many of our cravings come from food that we've recently eaten. So if we eat something unhealthy, right, we're going to probably crave more of that. If we eat more even foods, right, vegetables and whole foods, whole grains, our cravings to stay a little bit more minimal instead of doing the roller coaster ride. So a lot of times, and I have many clients who have a true sugar addiction, that even when they have one bite, they go right back to the addiction and their body wants more. Now, for most of us, we're going to have a bite and we actually will want more as well, but maybe we can, with action, put something into it. But think about what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Can you have a little bit of something? So you can take some of your favorite, junk foods, right? Like Lisa Ann says, like ice cream, right? Like I love making ice cream with frozen banana in the blender, and I put in cacao, and I think it tastes, and I put it like almonds and walnuts. I think it tastes amazing. So you can seek out some other alternatives. So I love making like these dark chocolate bliss balls. So you can seek out some lower sugar, some healthier options. Like for me, my favorite is dark chocolate, 85%. I'm out of it at the moment. And I was looking for some in the last couple nights, but we usually have like a little piece after lunch or after dinner. So if you just have a little bit that doesn't have so much sugar in it, you still might feel that, okay, I just had my dessert, right? But so much of our sugar comes from this sneaky sugar. So let me know what you have found out recently that has sugar in it that has surprised you. Where have you seen sneaky sugar? So a lot of it, like you see bread. There's a lot of sugar in bread. So make sure you read the ingredients. Salad dressing. Salad dressing should not have any sugar in it or very little amount. So I like to buy the brand Primal Kitchen or Salad Girl, but it's really about flipping it over and looking at the label. Peanut butter. Oh my goodness. I mean, my kids, they never even noticed when I made the switch, right? When I went to peanut butter that's just peanuts, they taste about the same. Pasta sauce. Pasta sauce is sweet the way it is. Why would anybody add sugar? So that's pretty easy. You can find that at Aldi, at Fresh Time, and a lot of different places, like peanut butter, pasta sauce that doesn't have sugar. So we want to try to limit the processed foods sold in a package and just focus on getting, the lemons, the broccoli, right? The avocados, just focus on that real nutrient dense food. So to try to avoid the sneaky sugar, right? We want to read the food labels. We want to just avoid anything that comes in the package if possible and just focus on that real food. It really comes down to that. So when you're looking at the label, just look to see what's the first few ingredients. So unfortunately, they have gotten really savvy and they know that we're looking for the word sugar. Now the word sugar, other forms of sugar can come in about 250 different names. So it might say fructose, it might say sucralose, it might say all these different names that they're going to break it up so sugar is not one of the first ingredients. But just look how many grams of sugar it has. Make sure you can pronounce everything that's on the label, right? And we want to avoid artificial sugars. If you are drinking or eating anything with, Splenda or any kind of like Coke Zero or Crystal Light or anything like that, it has 0 calories, but it's so super sweet that what it does to your cravings is that it makes you crave more sweet foods. So studies show that when you start to drink diet soda, you actually gain weight from that. Plus, what it wreaks havoc on our brains. So I just say no to any artificial sugars because it's not good for us at all. And it helps you save money if you go to the store and you don't buy junk and you're just buying things that are going to support your body. You're going to be only buying the things that you actually need. So, and when you have a sweetener, like I'm not saying like don't have any sweetness, right? Like I love using like dates. I like to joke about like, oh, to my kids, I've had 2 dates today. What do you think of that? Local wild honey, putting that on some, oatmeal, 100% maple syrup. All of those have nutrients in it. So much, much better than an artificial sweetener. So when we look at the research, right, we all know, this isn't surprising, that processed foods, right, they're often high in sugar. Processed foods are high in salt a lot of times, the unhealthy types of fat. And it leads us to cravings, overeating, and weight gain because The job of a lot of people who work for the food companies is sales. And so if they can put something addictive like sugar into their products, of course they're going to put it in because they want us to get addicted to something and then eat it over and over again so we can buy it. So we need to vote with our dollars about where we want our society to go. So I have this rule of thumb that I eat healthy, nutrient-dense food about 90% of the time. And then the other 10% of the time, I'm not worrying about it. I'm having that wine, I'm having the chips and salsa. And I would say, this last week is probably more around the 80%. And you have to define what's right for you, right? So is it 80%, 20%? Are you going to be 85-15? But I don't want you to ever feel guilty for having that piece of cake, right? Just enjoy it. And it's not what we eat every now and then that makes a difference. It's really what we eat on a daily basis. So when we can fill our body with healthy, nutrient-dense foods, cravings for unhealthy foods are going to lessen substantially. So I always have a plan, right? And we're going to be talking about your plan in just a second here. So I always think about in the summer months, and especially, we are out and about a little bit more. So know where you can get a healthy, quick meal if you didn't plan. Like I love just running into the grocery store and getting something like, so, a lot of times they just have sushi ready to go, or the rolls, or you can just quickly get something, some carrots and some hummus, right? Something like that or there's a salad bar that you can quickly put together a salad. So I always think about where can I go if I don't have a plan? And if you plan that in advance, you know exactly what to do. So you're going to be less likely to crave junk food, right? If we fill up unhealthy, real food. So I want you to just jump into the comments and let me know, does this make sense to you? Like, give me a big yes if you see, yeah, this is really powerful to focus on nutrient-dense, real food to crowd out your cravings. So, day one, we talked about crowding out the cravings with water, right? Day two, we talked about crowding them out with vegetables, which is under this real food umbrella. Day three, crowding out with movement. So all these things together, when we put it together, you now can have an action plan and you can combat these cravings, but it's really hard to do it if you don't. Yeah, I think, a lot of people are saying yes, yes, yes. Yeah, a lot of people saying yes. Yeah, I love it. So again, all big things come from small beginnings. So I like to meet my clients like with where you are at. So thinking about what are you eating now, and what's one little action that you can take that you'll be successful in. So I would rather have you start with consistency of a small habit and really get that going, and then you're going to build up to eating all whole real foods, or that 80%, 20%. So think about what is your plan that's going to be. How can you fill yourself up with that nutrient-dense food to reduce your cravings? So just come into the comments and just let me know what are you thinking for your action plan? Are you thinking you're going to try to go 80-20? Are you going to try to read the labels? Are you going to be, just planning out your whole day and knowing where to go for quick meals if you don't have it planned? So come on in. But the bottom line is that we all deserve a healthy life. And if you have pain in your body, or if you have any mental health issues or overweight, healing is absolutely possible for all of us. I was able to heal myself through whole foods, through yoga, meditation, affirmations, and it is absolutely possible for you. So we just have to have an action plan and take these small steps to work through it. So I just have a question, for you. Is this something that you're interested in doing? Would you like me to help you to stop having these unhealthy food cravings? And do you want this to happen as quickly as possible? So if you are wanting to have this quickly as possible, please let me know. So it could be option one, right? You could just try to get healthy on your own. But the thing is that if you try to do it on your own before and you haven't been successful, you may be in the same spot again, or maybe even worse in a couple months, or next year even. Or option two, maybe you're just like, this is it. I've had it. This is my time to make a difference. and you can just 100% commit to crowding out your cravings and just have this proven plan and maybe even guided by an expert. So if that is you, I invite you to join my 10-day Whole Foods cleanse. So it is a wonderful program that is a group coaching program, and it helps you to feel better, lose weight, have more energy, and you won't go hungry. We're not going to be giving up real food. So it's going to be kicking off July 11th and going till the 20th, but these dates are flexible for you. So I have many people already that are not going to be doing these exact dates, but we're going to be together for a little over 3 weeks. So any dates within that are just fine, but you get over 70 delicious recipes. And I don't give you this many recipes to overwhelm you. It's that I know that everyone's a little different. And so I want you to look through the recipes with your family, or what foods are you want to choose that you like the most, and then you can circle them. Plus, I want you to have more recipes for after the cleanse. But people lose 2 to 14 pounds. Around day 4 is when the sugar habit is kicked with being on the meal plan. We have a private Facebook group. We will get together for 3 live coaching calls. So everyone's videos are up, we're talking, and we're going through everyone's different kind of obstacles that are going through. Plus, you're going to get 1 private coaching session with me after the cleanse, after you go back to the real world, so that I can help you with those challenges. You'll get a daily motivational email, 10 plus bonus materials, which includes a whole guided or a journal experience, and then guided reintroduction, so that you can see when we put back gluten on day 11, then you go back to the cleanse. Then on day, so that'd be 12 and 13, you're back on the cleanse. Day 14, then we put in dairy, then we go back to the cleanse. So the whole thing is really about 16 days. So Shelly said, oh my gosh, I've lost weight, but she's also reset her taste buds. What I love about Shelly's story is that she continues to lose weight, like 2 pounds a week since January. And she just felt this energy, because she thought, oh my goodness, if I actually enjoy eating this way and I'm not missing the junk, and I love how strong I'm feeling after I quit sugar. And so she knew that was the life for her. Sometimes you just have to experience it. So you'll be able to clean up your diet with just all whole foods, kick your sugar habit to get back on track. And it's not about feeling deprived. It's about feeling empowered to continue to eat healthy. Really discover the power of detoxification for weight loss, increase energy, skin issues, mental clarity. Again, lose weight. The big thing for me is I like that I want people to keep it off. So this is not just a short-term plan. I coach about long-term change and emotionally connecting. And then, of course, you're going to learn about your sensitivities to food during the reintroduction phase. So yeah, so Rebecca lost 10 pounds, but she felt less bloating and more energy and less joint pain. And she was surprised at how much better her body felt just after a few days. She recommends this program to anyone. And I love this one. I don't know if Karen's online with us or not today, but she said, going in, I could barely walk. I used a cane or a wheelchair to get around. It was in so much pain. I was at the end of my rope. On day 4 of the cleanse, my life turned around. I could walk without a cane. My pain went from a 9 to a 3, and I lost 3 pounds. By day 10, I felt like a new person. At the end of the program, I lost 14 pounds. I've been looking for this type of program for years, and I highly recommend it for you to try. Yeah, there's no other program like this out there that includes the group coaching, that has all the nutrient-dense food and tells you exactly what to do. So I love hearing things like that. So you get the complete training program. So as soon as you sign up, you get right into learning from me with videos, with the recipes, all the bonus guides. You can mark your calendar. The 3 coaching sessions are all at 3 different times. So on 3 different days. So you can go to all 3, but I want you to make sure that everyone's at least 1. So you get all of that, and it's all in an online course, and then it'll be live with me. So you get in the Facebook group, and I love, it's very non-judgmental. And so we post a lot, but it helps you get unstuck. The group coaching is wonderful because you can ask, it's a more of you talking and me coaching you. And what I love about that is then you can have your own aha moments when you're listening to somebody else, or you're up in the hot seat and you're getting coached right then and there. And it also helps with accountability that we are constantly checking in with each other every day on Facebook and then 3 times live on Zoom. So my program is not big. So I limit it to 50 people. So you are not going to get lost in the crowd, right? So we will not go over 50 people for this cleanse. We will get to know each other very well. And there's a reason why I keep it small, because for me, I love getting to know each and every one of you. So Kristen says, I like this and I recommend it because you actually get to eat. I was never hungry, and it was a great reset to see how I could feel eating clean, right? She felt back in control of her food, and the support and the program is amazing. And then I just set you up with all the tools and support so that you do have a successful time. So you get everything right away. And then total value of the entire program is $795. And I know other coaches are selling whole food, cleanses and detox programs with some group coaching that doesn't even have as much as mine does. And they're selling it for like $579. So I know another one that's like $479 and $449. But this program is only $247. So I want to make it accessible so everyone can feel that they can do this. And if you sign up right now, you get it for just $197. So you can save $50 right now. So you get everything here. And I believe in this program 100%, that I give you a 30-day money back guarantee. And you're like, okay, but we would be done in 30 days. Right. So if you follow all the protocols and you find that it doesn't happen for you, just send me an email within 30 days of signing up and I'll refund your money. So there's absolutely no risk if it doesn't work. I'll get you your money back. Nobody has ever asked for this because everybody has had results when they follow this. And just know, I'm not extra special. I just have learned what I needed to do. So I have a proven roadmap, and I've done this roadmap with hundreds of clients. And so I am doing that with you as well. If I can do it, so can you. So it has everything that you need to be successful on quitting sugar and just really, truly making a huge difference in your life. So the cleanse is all about focusing on nutrient-dense whole foods like vegetables, fruits for desserts, whole grains, proteins, healthy fats, lots of water, detoxing teas. And what we're avoiding is processed foods, sugars, dairy, gluten, corn, white potatoes, red meat, pork, and alcohol. So all of this is in my handbook, but it shows you exactly what the day looks like. So you start your day off with some hot water, then you have your meal, right? It just goes through. And I like to talk about self-care, getting to bed a little bit earlier, getting your movement throughout the day. So we're just not talking only about food here. So this is the checklist every day. If you know that you drink lots of water and you're more conscious about moving throughout the day, you are more mindful about your eating habits, you practice gratitude, you stuck to the meal guidelines, and you went to bed early. And you did it, right? So that is the protocol. So you get all of it, the recipes, the handouts, the coaching calls, the online virtual community, all the loving support from me. Again, it's $247, but if you do sign up right now, the early bird discount is going on, so it's $197. So you're probably wondering, okay, where do I go? So if you're ready to get started, it's at mindfulhealthwithlori.com/program. So mindfulhealthwithlori, LORI.com/program. And then you can select right now, that less expensive one. So I know a lot of people ask me like, well, why do I need a cleanse? Like what? So it's because it will help you with your energy, you'd have deeper sleep, it really kicking unhealthy cravings, better digestion, weight loss. And a lot of times we become dependent on food. I know that's happened to me. So really learning about those, clearer, brighter complexion, discover food sensitivities, just pressing a reset on the taste buds. Also just clarity of mind, increased sex drive, and learning more about you. Every time I detox, and I've done them a lot, I learn something new about me, and every time it's completely different. So this is, we crave what we eat, right? We just talked about that. So we can have that freedom instead to crave foods like spinach, right? And we can reboot our eating habits to curb those cravings. I know a lot of people go, okay, I'm really busy, so will this program work for me? Yeah, the easy answer is yes, because I put together this program for where I was 10 years ago, right? I was busy corporate person, full-time, like super mom as well. So I made this with a lot of checklists and made it as easy as possible. So it will make a difference. And the recipes are so good that it's so funny because if somebody else in the family is not on the cleanse, but they're just eating all the meals, they tend to like lose weight and get more energy too, because they just go, oh, this tastes really good. So you find recipes that you can just put into your rotation as well. So Burdette said, I signed up because I wasn't feeling well and my eating was off track. The program was so much easier than I thought. I love the recipes, the journaling component, the Facebook group, and the bonus materials. In the end, I felt better, I slept better, and have reduced bloating. I recommend the 10-day Whole Foods cleanse to others. Yeah. And so the dates of the Whole Foods cleanse are going to be July 11th to the 20th. Again, you can pick anything around that. I know I have somebody for sure starting on July 6th, and then I think I have somebody starting on like July 14th. But there's going to be a lot of variation. And then after that 10-day Whole Foods cleanse, then you have the option to reintroduce food. So I give you recipes that are just with dairy, recipes with just with gluten, so that you can really see how you feel. Yeah, and this is not a huge program again where you never reach the coach, that there's other people answering for you. So I am here and ready to answer your questions and accessible as always. So if anybody has any questions, so feel free to put them in the Facebook group. And I will answer them. But also you can email me at info@mindfulhealthwithlori and let me know what kind of questions you have. A lot of it is going to be on the website. And let me just pull, do I have this up right here? It's just going to go to my Facebook page first. So yeah, so here is the page, mindfulhealthwithlori.com/program. So you can see a lot of different testimonials, who the program is for. You can sample some download recipes. So there's 5 recipes here that you can download. And then just the nuts and bolts about what's all included with this. So getting a private coaching session, the group coaching session, all of the bonus guides. So there's a lot to it. So come on in and you can find out a lot of information. And again, that 30-day money back guarantee as well. So yeah, Brandy, that's a really great question. She's asking, is this doable for somebody who works overnights? Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of the strategies that I teach, I call myself the lazy cook, are about how to make quick and healthy meals, but also thinking about the whole next week, thinking about at least the next 3 days so you can plan ahead. So maybe you're making double or triple of something, put it in the freezer for the next week, something like that. So when you're working overnights, you might need to bring some meals with you, right? And you might be sleeping during the day, and you have to plan a little bit more for when you go to the grocery store and things like that. So yeah, absolutely. There are going to be strategies for that. Oh yeah, Jennifer's saying my niece's wedding is July 15th. What is the 3-week period? Yeah, so anytime. So Jennifer, so you can do anytime like you can start tomorrow if you are ready tomorrow. It can start now until the end of July. But you have access to all of that material for over, I think it's 60 days. So you'll have it all available until the end of August. And then you'll be meeting with me still in August. So you can go actually, let me just rephrase to answer that more clearly. You can start anywhere from now until the end of August and you would be fine. But I would love you to have part of it, either beginning or end, in that July 11th to the 20th. So maybe you start on July 16th. Now I have done the cleanse at a wedding before. I had to just ask, for something special. And I think I had like a grilled chicken breast and some salad, and I brought my own dressing. So it is possible to do that. But Lisa Ann saying, I did it in the spring and it was a great kickstarted her healthy eating. Yeah, absolutely. Karen said she's going to do the 80-20. Brandy says she's going to go 90% healthy whole foods. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, a lot of great action plans here. Wonderful. Yeah, and Lisa Ann is also answering Brandy's question about can I do it overnight? And Lisa Ann is saying, yeah, Brandy, having done it, yes, it will work for you. Yeah, I do try to make it as easy as possible, knowing that most people are busy. And it's like, okay, how am I going to add this to it? So beyond those 70 recipes, I just have a few pages of just quick meals. I think some of you may have saw, I posted today just some 15-minute meals, but I have over 2 pages of just really like quick meals that you can just pull together. And so sometimes you're not even going to use a recipe from there. You're just going to go, oh yeah, I'm going to make this quick, egg salad or something like that. So, oh, Sharon said, yeah, she did the cleanse during a wedding. I just asked about the menu and asked for adjustments. I have to say, people nowadays, restaurants, banquet server, everybody, they are used to having people ask them about special requirements, right? There's a lot of us that know that we are not, that gluten doesn't do well in our bodies, dairy doesn't do well, or sugar. So it's okay. It's okay to speak up. But at the wedding, you may need to, I would just suggest reaching out in advance and saying, I'm going to be on a special diet at that time. Would that work? And if not, like what I said, I'm going to bring my own dressing, but I see that you have one of the options is this chicken something. Can I get it without the sauce? And they're like, sure, that's not a problem at all. So I've never had anyone say no to me. And when I'm out at a restaurant and I ask lots of special favors, I just make sure I tip extra big at the end because I know that I'm putting together my own type of meal. But anyway, thank you all so much for the challenge and everything. And of course, stay in this Facebook group. I post almost every single day, lots of tips. When you see tips that you like, things that are working for you, post in them and feel inspired. And I would love to know, did you like this challenge? Because I had a lot of fun with it. So I'm thinking I might do some other challenges. And by the way, somebody asked me yesterday, when will my next cleanse be? After this one, the next cleanse is going to be in January. So I'm not going to be having a fall whole foods cleanse. So this is it until January. So anyway, if you have any other questions, let me know. Oh, thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.